Tími alltaf að lægi.
Ég spila á mikið hvað getur ekki búið?
Við erum að stæða spilinu.
Það er ekki búið. Hann er að setja í gang.
Þetta er áfram besta sefni. Ég segi steik. Þið megið byrja ef þið viljið. En lagið ég sitja hérna?
Já.
Við erum alltaf að lagið.
Þá byrjum við bara. Þá búið lagið.
Grænt. Kalli byrjar. Game on.
Hello and welcome to Live Darts Iceland, twice in 2 days, and it's going to be 5 times in 5 days, as tomorrow and the next 2 days after which we bring you some very exciting darts. But let's bring you on to today, and every month here in Iceland we stream, well rather we play a ranking tournament, so the Icelanders do get their rankings. I will very shortly be telling you what the ranking situation is like, but in the meantime, we see Goodmanson, this gentleman here, the left hand, the father. Haven't seen him on the stream for a while, but I know he plays some solid stuff. He was in Budapest for the Europe Cup. Takes on Helgi Jonsson, who played solid stuff yesterday. I think he just lost out in the semi-final, but he's been going for a while, and he's pretty good. He's pretty solid. 22 people started today. It's a round-robin stage, which should take numerous hours. Apparently, one of the groups finished all the games 4-1. Another group is a little bit slower and a little bit tighter. 8 groups, 2 qualify from each group. We're now at the knockout stage, where there are 16 of them. All of our games are first to 4. Don't know if it does extend for the final. I'm not too sure about that, but I will find out. See these two gentlemen away. Well, I'll remind you that if you do want to subscribe to our YouTube channel, you'll see the little number in the right-hand corner increase. And Jonsson has left himself, I think, if that's 16, that'd be 1, 2, 3. So he's first to win it. Whereas Peter, a little bit further back on 215, is still on a treble here. All these darts players may have been watching the darts from the BBC from Ireland. You know, I certainly Michael Van Gerwen started off slowly against Chisholm, but managed to win 3-1. Who was playing pretty well himself. I'd say it's a shock. Is it a shock? Gary Anderson, zip, Carol Kearney. As Goodmanson requires 158. That isn't in the treble. A little behind the old adult. What's that 58? It leaves him with it. But, well, Helgi. That's 88. 81 for 1915. Or 3. 20s for tops. Yeah, it was Gustafsson, nil. Darrell 3. And Peter Goodmanson pins in. Double top to take nothing leads. Averaging 79 for the match. Playing nicely. And now just 1 leg away from victory. Stops it with a steady turn, but we do know Carl Jonsson is capable of hitting trebles, and he's proving it now. Another one would be nice. Another one is exactly what he gets. And Peter, you may well be 3-0. But I'm going to win the next. Just you watch. We'll be bringing a selection of the knockout games from the 16. Means only 6 will be qualifying for the knockout. All of which, the details of which are on the Dark Connect page. Well, Jonsson averaging 130 this leg. 2 treble 20s early did help. That's not a bad score for Goodmanson himself. He'll really want a treble here. He gets 1. Does that mean Jonsson will be down to a finish first? Goodmanson can get 100 here. The answer to that question is no. And it probably is going to be no if he stays straight, and he does stay straight. It's a big ask for Peter. Carl will want to leave preferably a 1 darter, a 2 darter. Ideally, it will settle 3 darters if he hits. 2 treble 20s. Top lipstick isn't going to do it. Well, that's a lot. Last dart. First dart wasn't ideal. Last dart wasn't either. 16 leaves him with double top. 3-1. And dart isn't there. Isn't. Well, the experts say you start on 19 here. I like starting at treble 20. That's what we practice on all day, every day. Looks like we're going downstairs. In a 3. 1, 3, 6. It's knocked the 1 off with that lovely treble 17 last darts. 18. He's on half of 80. He needs this. He really needs this. Well, that was a pressure dart. That may well be the last dart he throws in October's ranking event. Peter Goodman. Top, 16, treble 16, treble 20, double 10, or 20-20 tops. Pick. Well, Mr. Goodmanson. Inexcusable. There are numerous ways you can check out 80. Single 20, treble 20, certainly. Carl punishes with a double 10. Me and Tom and Chris double a few weeks ago. That's talking point of that egg. Peter Goodmanson busting 80. That second dart can be nowhere near. You cannot afford for it to be anywhere in the ballpark. That said, it's going to sound like a dart. Just hear me out. I'd say the lower the better, just because you don't want to block your dart. However, if you don't get a shot, blocking the double is infinitely better than not getting a shot at the double. Anyway, both scored a ton in this leg, and 125. Lovely stuff from Carl Jonsson, who is capitalizing on his last leg. And gets a triple here, or even stay straight for 60, is looking very much favourite for this leg. 3-0 becomes 3-2. Just taking a step back, just thinking about it, which is good. If you deem that you're rushing or that you're not playing quite as well as you think you could be, then never any harm. Just taking a step back. Seems to have worked. Nice, steady ton. May not quite be enough. Hitting the treble, getting confidence. Hitting the treble. Dot. Needs him a nice 1-3-1. What Peter would do for a 180 here, which isn't going to happen. And it will not be on a finish. So Carl's got at least 6 darts here. That was a loose last dart. May well have 9 darts at 1-3-1. Not the greatest of visits there. Nonetheless, he's himself on a 2 darter. Probably going to see treble 19 for double 18. Isn't going to be done. Oh, sorry. 1-2-6. Ignore that. I was looking at Goodmanson's score. It happens to me far too often, especially when I'm tired of the score. If Goodmanson gets 19 here, I severely doubt he will be on 1-2-6. Treble 20, treble 15 tops is the way I like to go. $25 here, perhaps? Yes, he's set it up nicely. Leaves the same target that Jonsson needs. Jonsson's there first. Got 3 clear darts at it. And that isn't the worst marker I've ever seen. last off. Was it a slip?
Yeah.
Well, that was even higher on the start. There we go then for the match. To reach the second round of the last 8 quarterfinals. Well, he's going to have one dart, probably at 16s. Hold the bar. He hit 5, 35. He's hit 10, that's 25. He wanted 15 to leave himself a double 10. Okay, let's get a shot at it. Slow. But that's in. Lacklustrical things. Peter did a beautiful that 105 to leave himself a top. He'd been for double 10. It's a big number. It is Peter throwing for this leg. Cannot give up. Because if he does, A, Carl Helge Jonsson will have won 3 legs on the bounce. And B, and possibly more substantially, Carl Helge Jonsson will be throwing first in the deciding leg. And Peter is hit timely treble. Don't know why it's probably a case of he can't see the bed owing to the first dart, but he'll be happy to switch because he's got 2 big trebles and a big single. So he's in the driving seat. Will they see a switch? Been over. Notice that he can see this. I didn't think he could see it, but he did. Harlow's a long way back. It's a good last start, but it's not quite in. So 6, maybe 9 darts, 265. Won't get a ton here because the ton would left him. Peter Goodmanson, by the way, if you ever get a chance to meet him, do meet him. One of the nicest guys I've met in the sport of golf. He gave me a lift from a football ground to another football ground. Great guy. $212. The last start wasn't quite in the treble. Really needs a treble here, Carl does, and doesn't get one. So it is 6, maybe 9 darts. To take this 1-0. Which will see him in the quarterfinals. Only 32. Carl Koepke, even with 1 treble, and he's got 1 treble, that is a tap on the shoulder. He is on a finish. I wouldn't say it's easier than the 160, but it's in that sort of range. Unlikely that Peter gets this. However, if he follows this in, oof. Well, he threatened it. He did threaten it. It's a loose last start. Helge shows what you're made of. That's only a single 9 on the 4. Another one of those, leaving double 12. When I say single 9, rather the equivalent of a single 9, a treble 3. Treble 19 for his favourite double 10. A few chances, he's made a few mistakes. 58. 18. Double 20. Once again. And that's, he could have passed that as well. Wasn't that near the treble. It was going in that direction. If it was any further from the oche. 20. I don't think that's in the way. Oh, Oh, and he's got it as well. No, he hasn't. It was low. My eyes are failing me. It appeared like it was just under the wire. Disappointment there for Jonsson. Goodmanson has left his favourite double, but needs to hit it. Important. Still working on it. Not the best of marks. Double 5, last start in hand. I call it do or die. Begging. Well, that was terrible. It's a double 15. Get this. Oh. And he doesn't. It's very good. Then he usually sneaks it in the corner, but wasn't there. Well, it's Goodmanson to go straight for it. Not a nice double, but they are all the same size. He's going to go straight for it. Working down off that dart. Oh, super. Oh, I do like that. He didn't throw away. He laid up. Chance. But this doesn't go in. Of course it goes in. It's Carl Jonsson, who, by the way, might I remind you, trailed 3-zip. He now equalises 3-all and has the throw. Treb. Business. Now would be a good time to hit a treble. Can't fit, hit a treble either. Because these all Peter start straight. Oh, that was unfortunate. That was an unfortunate bounce out. Treble. Not particularly good. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 of the darts that is thrown out of the 6 haven't gone where he wanted to. 3 have gone to the left and to the right. 1 out the board. Nice there from Peter. But first treble twin of the leg. For Jonsson. Very much. He's in this leg. Peter has stolen the darts. If I stole, I don't mean he's committed a crime. I mean that he's theoretically the advantage. Who can leave a finish first? Could Peter. He has to stay straight, and he will. He might do better than staying straight. He hasn't stayed straight. That last start was brutal. It swung in the 5s. That was a valiant effort there by Carl, but not quite a powerful enough score. So it will be Peter leaving something for unless the unforeseen happens. He wants that something to 7. Said it is 1-1. That was wild darts. That was wild. That ball 5. He for the treble 20 there. I can't guarantee. It might have been a slip. Probably was just a slip. 112. That will be that. Score. 16 for tops, perhaps. Raise. 6. Nice data. Double top. Or match darts. That was wild. This one will be less wild, you think? And equally as wild. And that is 2 more match darts gone begging. He couldn't, could he? Could Helgi do the impossible? Not with his 3 darts, but his doubling has been suspect. Legs. He wanted a bit more than 41. Double top to make good marker. Less wild, that dot. Use the first one. It isn't there. So, Carl, if he can find his treble 19, will buy Money cannot buy presents. 58 remaining. It is doable. Treble 18. That would have left double 12, I believe. Laid up, and there's no guarantee that Peter's going to hit this one. The only plus, one of the pluses, is that he does prefer double 10. He is a left-hander. The left-handers like the 10s. He is good at double 10, but is he good on the 4? Just far away. Double 5 has been problematic, and it's not problematic now in the most dramatic of fashions. Peter Goodmanson finally pins the successful match start. Sees himself in the finals at last. Head 3-0 off the next 3 legs. He faced throw in the final leg. It is Peter Goodmanson finally gets the better of Carl Helgi Johnson. Stay tuned for more live darts from Keflavik coming up very, very soon.
Ég get að skrifa að fara ekki að tala.
Fara ekki að tala.
Fara ekki að tala.
Nei.
Ég er að vera mætt. 180. Ég hef ekki gefið næsta leik, sko. Svo ég unni.
Þú eru hefðu að tapa. Sýndu bara í þennan, Dilljá.
Allt hefði.
60.
Já, ég veit. Ég hef kost á, þú er fengið byggjast. Ég er alltaf. Pabbi. Ég klúður að þessu. Þú er líka bílinn þetta.
Þetta er þetta sinnast eftir.
Þeir eru uppbyttur á morgun. Já, er það því þá?
Coin toss. Headset things. Ég er bara kláður með það. Já, ég er klár líka.
Hvað viljið þið?
Fyrst að ég er í smíka hérna, þá er ég bara síka.
Getur ekki rætt?
Ég skal bara velja hands.
Þú?
Já. Hands. Taka það 6 bílar og tökum búið. 74 er þetta.
So Matt is looking a bit tired. He's been playing all week.
Hello, hello, and welcome back to Live Darts Iceland. Robbie Dove here, bringing you some commentary on some of the Icelandic shenanigans. Here we have Thorsteinson, should I say, against Matti Fredriksson. Matti was the winner of yesterday's Pro Tour event. He won it in some style. A few lumps and bumps along the way, but a worthy winner. It was his third final, and he actually tops the Pro Tour Order of Merit as well. Hallie's won 2 of the events. Matti has made final. He's also played more events, because Hallie was there last week, which means he does have more ranking points. More Order of Merit points, whatever you'd call them. Well, I'd like to let you know what's been going on in the previous ranking events, just to give you an idea as to how our tallies work. The winner of the event gets 28 points, the runner-up 21. 2 semi-finalists would get 15, 4 quarter-finalists would get 10, 6 for the 16, and 3 for the last 32. No, it's not like there's going to be 32 starters. The assumption is that players would get a bye into whatever round is necessary to make up the numbers. Talking of making up numbers, Fredriksson needs to make 157 using the trebles and the doubles. 20 treble 19 tops is the usual route for American. $97 is back. Treble 19, we may see use of for Steinston. Christian Thorsteinston will want to set this one up, leave himself something useful. 161 at the moment. 141 now. 19 double top. 19 double top, I should say. 28. Racing did go for treble 18. Well, nothing surprises me anymore with Icelandic. Just enough. We've seen Matti Fredriksson hit 167 twice. I haven't seen it, of course. I had to be busy those 2 days that he hit it. But our colleague and co-commentator Christopher Vikstrand, he was able to commentate on this. Christian wasn't able to hit the 141 there, so Matti may go bull out of there. He does. That was a 1, so 14 bullseye. And he hit a single 6. So 2 attempts at the bull, or 1 at the out, one at the bull. And no cannot do. 74 left here. Level 14. 57, 7. 15 would leave 32. My maths is correct. Which, as we all know from listening to me week in, week out, my maths. Well, Hallie at the moment, September's victor, as Matt pins in his double 8 last dart in hand. First time of asking for double 8. Take the early lead. Do exactly, carry on where he left off. Yeah, so Hallie won September's event. He also won August's event as well. It was Vitor who came second in September. And Carl Helge Jonsson, who we just saw narrowly lose out. To the father, Peter Gudmundsson. Sigurður Athelssteinsson. Siggy. He has won 3 events. And if my math is correct, and it may not be, or not math necessarily, but my understanding, it looks like he's only played in 3 events, every single one of which he's won. I've got a table in front of me, and he's got 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, and then 28, 28, 28 for July, February, and December last year. That may mean that he didn't do very well in all the other events. I've got a feeling he's a busy man. He's only played 3 and he's won all 3. If that is the case, I'm sure someone will be able to let me know. That is pretty remarkable. Let's look at some of the other winners. Ali, since last September, has won 1, 2, 3, 4 events out of 12. Not bad. Diego, he's won 1. That was in November. Obviously, I've said about Siggy. Matty hasn't done particularly well of late. Well, he hasn't. The last 2 he's been right, 10 points and 15 points. So he's I don't think he's played as much as he wants to. He's a busy man. He's got lots on. He's traditionally not played. That's why he's always had a particularly high Icelandic ranking. But I had a chat with him after the event yesterday. He said, he's got a year left on his football contract. Whatever happens, happens. As he 118, I will not get 118. I'm pushing a bounce out there. Well, 21. He was on 97 last visit. So he says, with his football career, whatever happens, happens. He does like playing. Sure, I'll play for as long as he can, but when that does dry up, he'll take the darts proper seriously. At some point, he planned. By the way, if you do want to listen to the interview that I did with him yesterday, just watch yesterday's stream, Facebook. Scroll to the very, very end. Scroll to about 5-10 minutes before the end, and you can see the interview, where he also promotes our Nordic Baltic, where we'll be live streaming. I believe this is a Nordic and Baltic first. I don't think any other. I mean, I'm prepared to be wronged, as Thorsteinsen needs 147. And you will not get 147. Well, not the most pressure that he's applied there. So double 16. Clear darts, and he needs 2 of them. And he is halfway there. Yeah, live streaming. It's my birthday tomorrow. Well, 15 minutes actually. 1:45 midnight here. Okay, 11:45 in the evening in Iceland. 1 in the morning across Europe. And wherever you are in the world, you'll have your own time zone. Drop in the comments on Facebook or YouTube where you're watching from. It's always our pleasure to have international viewers. So I was saying about the birthday thing, which means I think tomorrow there's an early and a late. 4 p.m. Icelandic time, 5 p.m. UK, and I think 7 p.m. Icelandic time, 8 p.m. UK. I believe the times are correct. We'll be putting on the streams for the PDC NB qualifiers. I will do as much commentary as I can. The early one I should be able to commentate for most of. The late one, hopefully, we'll have Christopher commentating on that. 6th, 7th of October, we'll be bringing you live coverage as well. And it'll be lovely to see some of the Icelanders progress in them, do as well as they can. I say win. Enough of the men. It is very difficult. I'll be looking at darknet.com on Power Search. Type in Live Iceland on the Pro link. Outside has 3, just 1, or just Iceland. Fine. And you can see everyone who started a Pro Tour event. So there's been 5, there's 9 total, 4 more to come. There's been 5. Matty won yesterday. And 91 different people have started, which is remarkable. Lots of Sigurdssons, a few Fredrikssons, a couple of international players, Brits, Germans, and yellow card. Spain, who was playing yesterday. Svein Snorri Hostolfsson. According to the internet, he's based in Slovenia, so I'll find out about that. Was a fan of his throwing style. Really? He nearly put Matty's back against the wall. He wasn't throwing the biggest average on planet Earth. It was impressive. Treble 13, double 6, 3 nothing. Well, treble 15. It would have left the men's. What is going on here? That's 33 minus the 2, which is 32. Excuse me, a little bit of hash there. Back to 60. Unless find someone would have that 167. That would have been something to write home about. That would have been worthy of the whole match report in itself if he took that out. Anyway, get a ton, which is useful, but it would be even more useful for Matty if he can pin this double 4 last dart in hand. Does exactly that. In good style as well. 3-0 if I was American, I'd be saying he's on the hill. And we're not far away from victory. For those who just joined us, hello. This is a Icelandic ranking tournament. This is how our players get their Icelandic ranking. Halli being the Icelandic number 1. Matty a little further down the line because he hasn't played in all of the tournaments. We're live in Reykjavik into a bar I've had the pleasure of going to myself. Absolutely loved it. So as you can see, lots of dartboards, lots of darts, lots of fun. Everyone very friendly. Drop us a message. Darts Iceland on. It'd be lovely to have you over there. Lovely. Ton 40 for Matty. Found himself quite a way behind in this leg, but he's now in front. Remembering that this leg is the only leg to win the match and to progress. And one step closer to maintaining his winning ways. Like yesterday. Who knows? Maybe no, some competition. Well, 2 treble 19s would have been nice. Treble 19s isn't what he gets. 48. 47, sorry. It is Christian. 78. Oh, and he's missed a big number. Cannot miss a big number. Set it up. He may not get there. Well, that's a miss as well. 32. 1 dart. Double 16. It's 1 dart all he needs. No, it's not. Again, double top. And double top first up. Get a leg. This game, maybe too late. Or we may see him go on a run like we did the last game, where Goodmanson was 3-0 up. Ended up facing match darts. Steady 60 there. He's in control of this leg, especially now. I don't know where that was aimed. Or let him have a rare slip, but that was a lovely, lovely recovery. This leg belongs to anyone. The first person who hits the double. Well, every leg does, but... only 45 there. I would have liked to stay straight. But Matty can't find a treble either. Both will be on something rather useful. Well, walk to the board now. Collect that one. Never mind. Never mind. Don't listen to me. Collect that one to leave him with 170, but he'd much rather be on 90. He'd also rather be on 90 than 150, and 2 treble 19s was the attempted shot again. That's a bit of a mess there from Matty. Messy Matty, treble 18 or bull. Or 2020, bull, very sensible. Very sensible too. Red bit in the middle. Well, he's missed, but look what he's hit. What a fortuitous miss. The event that Matty doesn't hit treble 18 bullseye here. Back. Or tops. Double of choice. He could have missed anywhere on the board. Maybe deliberately missed in the 10, who knows. Double top for 3-2. Double top for potential. Deja vu. I think both those darts are in the 0 of the 20. So, treble 20. Double 4. Match darts. And he's got it. He's got it. It took him a second to realise it was in. Matty continued his winning way. There was a little scare. Chris gave it all. Rising here at Iceland in August. August. October's. Well, let's keep you posted all the other goings on. Jonsdottir and Frederiksdottir, ladies' game. They are warming up. Well, my man Hoskolson, Jelly Klassen lookalike, he's on one of the outside boards. He finds himself 3-0 down to Thor Haller. Vitor Charua and Frederick Diego, previous winner. They've just started, and Halle finds himself 1-0 up against Kieran Svensson. Whilst we are waiting, I will let you know what's going on the Hoskolson game. Well, I won't let you know because Vitarsson has just hit double 60 with his first start to knock my man out. And he progresses through. Still in. Halle, Kieran, Peter, Matti, Vitor, Frederick Svensson. Or Haller. And yeah, confirmation. Thor Haller, Vidarsson. That's Svein Hoskolson for nothing. Not the best of averages for either player. For Haller, 58 and a bit. Hoskolson nearly 53. First semi-finals for Haller. Gudmundsson. Against Matti Fredriksson in a knockout ranking event. Does Icelandic darts get more exciting than this? Well, maybe. We're used to seeing these two play very regularly. They play for bragging rights in Matty's garage. How live darts Iceland has moved on since those days. I do miss them. I hope we do get them back at some point. League nights and of course the PDCNB. That's where it's at. This is Matty Fredriksson, responsible for the streams, the technology. This is Peter Gudmundsson, responsible for much entertainment, darting prowess, and probably the only left-hander in the tournament. Handed darts players are few and far between. Mark Webster, James Wade, Ron Meulenkamp. There's a few, but not many. Peter's average at the moment is double that of Matty's. Excuse me, don't know if you heard me sneezing then. I tried to mute my mic, was too slow. 3-4-1, 3-4-2, and I think it's going to be close throughout. I'm hoping for 3 thriller. Doesn't always work out that way, but we will see quality, whatever happens. 3 for Peter. Take that. He's in the treble as well as Matty. And 44 there. He would like to get a ton here. It would leave him on a big one, but one all the same. Has done so. So the same sentiments apply to Peter. Well, one of those would be nice. It is a finish. It's not the nicest of finishes, but it is a finish. And it isn't the hardest of finishes you've ever seen either. 1-2-5 puts the pressure right on, because I make Matty favourite Just take the opening leg. See what Peter can do. Starts on the 19s. Not be checking out 1-4. Starts. $17 tops for the first start for the first leg. Now, a little bit dodgy on the double today. Is that in? His body language tells me no, and the answer is no. His doubles yesterday as well caused him some issues, but remember, he did win the tournament yesterday, so any issues that were caused were okay. Well, that looks to me like 20 hits, which would be 56. Then is that in 16? Was in in the double eight. He was going for single 16 for tops, I think. He hit double eight, which is single 16. He's only got an hit tops. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Peter Goodmanson. When I say that, I mean, I don't necessarily mean missing, but hang on a second. 140 wasn't far from the tie. When I say that's Peter Goodmanson, of course, that is the capability that he has. It's doubles for fun. It's trebles for fun as well. Leads 1-0. He nicked victory in that leg from the jaws of defeat. In his early days. It's good to get the first look on the board. It's last start, considering the first was loose. He had to do switching, and he switched well. Treble there, but Matty is ahead. So we'll want to find treble 20, preferably 2. We won't be doing that now. We won't even find 1, and the last start's a single. So could it be Matty's time to level up? With darts like that, you suggest the answer is yes. Beautiful fun 40. Leaves him on a 2-dart shot. Well. 2-4-2. Going to leave a checkout anyway. Another one of them for the double. It's always a nice one when you don't hit it. And Peter is going to do something, that's for sure. Stay straight. It's the most important thing. Does stay straight, and he's really had a good effort at the treble as well. 107. Does put pressure on Matty. Really is pressure. Now one dart, last dart, and he missed it. I fancied that. Good at last dart and one shot at the double. Here, may go treble 19. He's gone for that. 88. 72. And there we go, last dart in hand. Matty pins the double 4. And draws things level at 1 apiece. Nice steady averages for these two, 68 and 71. The former being for the gentleman throne now. The left-hander, the father. I believe Peter is a life coach and is a basketball fanatic. I know that Matty Well, he's all sorts of careers going on. Footballer. He works in a power plant. He throws arrows, and he throws good arrows as well. And that was a good visit there by Peter. Nice treble 20 last start in hand. Well, that last was wayward. If it was an attempt at tops, it would have been okay. But it wasn't an attempt at tops. Well, it is now past midnight here in the United Kingdom. I tell you, I don't feel a year older. I feel about 10 minutes older. "25 years ago today." And apparently, as a young and I was real trouble. But enough said about that. "188 plays 196. Peter favourite to be down to a finish first, but not with darts like that. With that, treble 20 imperative." Well, he switched and he thought ahead of the game because single 20, I think, wouldn't have left him a finish. So he switched. I mean, I think he hit treble 7. I wasn't paying much attention. I mean, you know, it's not like the commentator needs to pay attention or anything. But he didn't get to finish anyway. That was smart thinking there, even though it didn't quite pay off. Meanwhile, Matty should get himself 2 darts to take the lead. 16. Well, that looked like a great 8. Oh, no, Matty. Well, I thought it was going 8 again, but it he went for the double 16, which is actually fair enough. 70. Some like treble 18, some like treble 10. I like treble 10, and look what he's left. Left-hander's favourite, and it was a valiant effort, but it wasn't quite there. So, double his lead. No messing around there from Matty. On we are with throw. Oh, it's throw. Well, he was very frustrated that second dart because I think he aimed for the treble 20. I don't think he switched to the 18s. That's why he thought, oh, wow, what's that all about? And that is only 24 from Matty. Turns out that Peter's visit wasn't too terrible in the context of the next throw. "97, Miss Fredrickson. Better darts." This is very much anyone's leg, especially now as Peter fires a lovely treble. He could fit another in there. It was sitting nicely on the top wire to accommodate another, but not possible. Starts on the 19s, thinks well once again. Anything to leave himself a finish. But he's not on one. Will be one, surely, when he's next visiting. However, Matty will also be on a finish. Maybe something useful. He's on something useful. 2 darts out. And look at that, right when he needed it. His biggest score of the game so far. It really must go for Matty. Oh, and it does go. What a way to do it as well. Fantastic finish. 96, treble 20, treble 18, right when Peter was sitting on 60. Threw some nice arrows there, but towards the beginning of there are a few lacklustrical darts. Now mean Matty is one leg away from doing it again. What a way to start. Wasn't sure if that last dart was in. It was. It very much was. 180. Peter is going to want to do the same thing. 140 minimum. Can't do it. Well, breaks the ground, Matty. Yeah, never mind. Never mind. One day I'll see one. Maybe old and grey. I'll have an eye short. Still a nice 19. He's in again. Stop it. He wanted out the treble. He got a nice finish after 9. Well, Peter not showing any significant pressure, so Schmatty becomes overwhelming favourite. I really fancied another treble there. I fancied some numerous 10 plus scores, but nonetheless, 116. He needs to further his bid for successive streamed titles. Won in Reykjavik yesterday. Will he win in Reykjavik today? 111 won't be done with 2 darts. And lay up. Hasn't done as well as he would have liked, but we'll be back. Well, this is good stuff from Peter. Putting the pressure on. I think the balls I hit 11. Still okay. That is all right. 110. Treble 14. Well, 9. And he's wide. That was a match dart. 47-15 for double 16. This would be spectacular. It is still on. Treble 20. Yes, that is on. Double 15. Oh, and he's missed it. Peter has missed it. He stayed there numerous reasons. I'll tell you why in a second. Will Matty get to this double 16? It's going to be, well, double 12. And he can't do it. Stayed at the treble 21. He probably liked the line of the treble 20. Hit it comfortably. Number 2, he likes that double 10, double 15 side corner of the board. So he's going to have 2 darts at his nice side of the board. Double 4. He only needs one of them. Peter Rudrick Goodmanson is back in the game. What seemed an extremely unlikely nab of the leg. And it was a break of throw. Matty started the leg with a 180. Was cruising. But Peter needed 110. Set himself up nicely. Got the treble 20 he needed. Scored 95. Wasn't what he was looking for, but it worked out for him. He's now only 1 leg behind and is throwing first and has the numerical advantage in this leg. Both players now averaging in excess of 70. Well, were before this leg started. And I told you it was going to be close. Couldn't pick a winner. I think Peter's probably had a bit more success generally. That's because Matty hasn't played all of our ranking tournaments. However, Matty's had lots of success recently. 3 Pro Tour finals, 1 Pro Tour title, i.e. yesterday. And he's in good form. He's in good form. Matty will want to score at least 99 here, but not 100. Switch prematurely. May switch back up. No, hasn't. Up. Just stayed there for the second dart, went downstairs for the third. Then again, I've won 0 titles in my time. And Matty has won many. So maybe best to take advice from me. Lovely ton 40 there. Beautiful ton 40. Puts Peter down to a finish first and a doable finish as well. He nearly got 110. 76 should be a breeze. You only need 2 darts for it. First dart, go right in the middle of that treble 20 bed. Thank you, Peter. Second dart, go right in the middle of that double 8 bed. Well, switching isn't easy. And those 2 darts at double didn't look full of conviction, I must say. Back, double 2. It's never the easiest dart at double. Is double 2, especially if you go inside. You're messing around with a madhouse, which ironically James Wilson did earlier today when he was playing Adrian Lewis. I'll tell you about that in a second. Double 2. Working off that one. That was an all right dart, I'm telling you. Not as bad as it looks. This one in. When it went in the good guns. So he'll start on the 20s here, will Matty. Another one of those. Bust it like Peter did last time. Double top match darts. And he's touched the line of the first dart. And it's gone low. Double 2 for a decider. A well-earned decider, might I add. Touch the dart and it's in. Go to the left of it. Didn't touch the dart, but it's in. It's in. It's stuck in. Well enough. We have a deciding leg, ladies and gentlemen. That was probably the favourite outcome from the start, owing to the fact that these are 2 excellent players, evenly matched, regulars, know each other's games, know each other well. He does say. But Peter is in the treble 20, something Matty wasn't in the first visit. Peter is in the treble 20 twice. And Matty's going to have to pull something out of the woodwork. Another one of those is imperative. Isn't quite 100 is better than 60. But Peter is in again. Can he see it? If he can see it, he may well get another treble. It's just north. Matty's in again as well. Well, this is talent, I'm telling you. This is top quality stuff. It's also a nice way to settle down after the excitement of the World Grand Prix. I'm not saying about James was playing Adrian Lewis. Adrian Lewis could not check in. He couldn't start. Anyway, so that wound his way down to 5. Adrian Lewis on 501, James Wilson on 5. Have to mess around with the madhouse. Eventually, he got there with the double 2. Eventually. It's never ideal. Well, another one of these, and Fredrickson becomes favourite. Wasn't there? He's on a 2-darter, 3-darter. It's very much on. Another one of those to do a Gary Anderson spectacular. I don't think that's in. I can't quite see. I don't think it wasn't. That was in the single 20, and that leaves him 40. Matty, what got this? Must go. Well, he went 38, which would have left tops. Can understand why, but he missed it. So this is match start in favour of Peter Gudmundsson. Double 10. His favourite would be fitting. Not there. Peter. Fishing 9 nerves. It's going to be 2 darts. Doesn't bust it. And that's an all right dart. And it's worked down off that. And he's missed it as well. Matty's mismatched darts. Peter's mismatched darts. You don't get much closer than this. Both on the double. Both very well. Nothing in the averages, but surely off that dart. No, well, hang on a second. 20 required. 6, double, 7. And that was perilously close to the treble 7, Peter. That was a slip for sure. And I was waiting to say, and that wasn't a slip and Matt is won, but he hasn't. Peter's going to need to waste a dart here. Probably a single 3. And that was nearly close to the treble. Well, 2 for double 2. 2 at double 2, should I say. And he only needs one of them. It is Peter Gudmundsson who knocks out yesterday's winner. That was exciting. That was tight. And that was a 4-3 thriller. Winner of our quarterfinal, Halli, Peter, Vita, and Thor Haller. If Fredriksson played Oskelton, or if he played any of the others, could have been our main 4 boys. Fortunately, we would have to play each other, and only one could win. In the women's final, we have Jonsdottir and Fredriksdottir. Jonsdottir leads 2-1. I do believe it will be Halli, Peter against Vitor and Thorhaller. If I am correct, it means Halli or Peter will be in the final. And they could be playing Vitor for another class. I mean, that would be enjoyable anyway. If you follow along on the TV.com, I am looking at the results. It's a very useful exactly what's going on. How do you find it? tv.dartconnect.com. In the power search at the bottom, type in IDA. You're looking for the IDA monthly ranking knockout, not the group stages knockout. Halli and Peter versus Vitor and Thorhaller.
6 darts.
About 6 darts.
There's Vitor Charua. Haven't seen him play on the stream for a while. On now, but I tell you something, I will be keeping as close an eye as I can on the Halli Peter game. Ain't no rest for the wicked. The winner of this plays the winner of the other game, obviously.
25. He's a vanur vel fyrir utan. Outside, no Ragnarður starts the game. Best of 7, game on.
Thor Haller will start proceedings of this. Is Thor Haller. And well, what an action he's got. And what a start. Well, this is quite good. You can see the other game that's going on in the background. Where Hallie and Peter at the board now. We'll be concentrating on this one, but looking at the scores of the other one as they happen. This is the semi-final alongside the other semi-final. It's best of 7, first to 4. And it's anyone's game. It really is for very talented players. For Haller Betharson plays Vito Charo. Vito we've seen on the stream for a while, since the beginning. Beautiful ton 40 to firmly put his foot back in the door.
53.
On the other board, Peter Goodmanson takes out 53, or was it 58, in 3 darts. And leaves 1-0. That's Peter 1, Hallie 0. Here we are yet to get off the mark.
100.
Haller starting on 18s here. Should have started on 18s. I think he's realised after the first start.
54.
A valiant effort there, but a lovely setup as well. For Haller, treble 20, double 4. Well, 18's route leaves 50 and 4 leaves 46. I don't quite know what's going on there.
34.
We're just rechecking the scores. Anyway, it may be all irrelevant if Vitor can pin double 16 with one of these 3 darts. One of these 2 darts for double 8. And he's done it in his second dart, the double 8. So we won't be seeing the double 17 attempt, which is a real rarity. But we will be seeing 1-0 Vitor. It's a break of throw. Vitor throwing first. Game on. Meanwhile, Hallie requires 20 points to level up on the other game. If he does so, it will all be with throw.
43.
Well, he does get 20 in 2 darts, so in the other game it is 1-all.
7.
Well, only 17 there. You'd like to think, or more like Vito would like to think that he can punish the 17, and he certainly will do that. What a lovely first dart that was. If he can get another, that'll be useful.
81.
He can't, and the third dart was poor, but the first two were okay. He goes at full stretch, Thorhaller. He kind of aims. How would you describe it? I'd say aims up, but all the darts players aim up. His arm seems to stretch more than others. Whereas Vito's darts, they don't have loop. They loop and fall into the treble 20, just like that, and just like that. Two lovely last darts. Use the first dart perfectly. And Thorhaller's doing the switching, and it seems to be working. Well, two trebles, both of which more than if you would have gone for the single 20s and hit the single 20s. But it is Vito really in the driving seat for this leg. Well, the switching for Thorhaller works beautifully. Isn't on a finish, but 117. And two trebles for Vitor as well.
43.
Well, I think he found it ironic because he, usually you aim at the 20s, so he switched up to the 20s and couldn't hit it. Treble 17. Or not. That's 58, so 18 leaves double top.
28.
And that wasn't the nicest of misses. If you wanted to miss, ideally you miss above. The second best is to miss below. You don't want to miss in a single one. But this switching for Thorhaller, blimey. Thorhaller just asking if that second dart was in. The answer by Matty was very quick. Nope. 39. So we could go 3 for 18s. You could go 7 for 16s. 7 for 16s is quite nice because it leaves you a little marker you're throwing in the same direction of the board. But he has gone for the double 18. Can't find the double 18. Well, he will not be checking this out anymore.
45.
I believe that leaves him with a nice 60 of his back. But Vitor will take this out, preferably with dart number 1. 2 or 3 will do. That's quite a good marker. A little far, but it is laying nicely. And he's compensated, so this isn't enough switch. And cannot find the dart he's looking for. So Thorhaller may have seemed a little unlikely earlier. That's all right. That is good. I like that. It wasn't his intention. Look at the space he's got to hit this double 10. And that's exactly why I like it. Beautifully done. Lovely, lovely double 10. He's used that perfectly. He's hit it right in the middle of the bed. You don't aim for double top, of course you don't. If you hit it, it's a blessing in disguise because that single 20 can block the bed.
44.
Why you often hear commentators, darts players saying, you want to be nearer the double to the treble, even if it's in the double. But you don't want to go outside the double. That's why you cannot aim for the double. Because if you go up, you've had it. It's Peter Rudrick Goodmanson 2, Hallie Eilson 1 on the other board. All looking very, very close indeed. This one is quite close as well. Both players
95.
averaging similar. Cannot be separated in regards to the legs. And beautiful from Vitor there, who didn't win the last leg, but it doesn't seem to be affecting him as he hits two treble 20s.
57.
And those three darts, that third dart, they were getting nearer and nearer. That third dart wasn't far away from the treble. It is Thorhalla Vitharsson who is on a finish. It's a big one, and I would absolutely love it if he got it. Nothing against Vita, but I just love the big finishes. I'm yet to see, I've seen bullseye finishes. I'm yet to see a 160 plus bullseye finish. Or should I say a 161 plus bullseye finish? And it's gone downstairs first, but isn't there. So Vitor will be having a go at this 150. He may go 19s. He may go treble 20. Just as I wanted to see the 167 go, I'd love to see this 150 go. Treble 20 is the more usual route, but I think he might be going 19s there. He is. Another one of those is in double 18. Oh,
132.
wasn't far away. There we go, just checking the score there, but it certainly is 18 remaining. That's the important bit. So Thorhalla will have one shot, probably a double 16, possibly a double tops. It is double 16. It's not there. It's not there. Vita didn't opt to split this last time. I don't think he'll split it this time. He has split it anyway. So then, one for double four. Last start in hand. Pressure is on. Thorhalla sitting on a finish.
14.
It's marginally inside. So Thorhalla really take the advantage here. On the other board, it is Hallie 2, Peter 2. Peter is first down to a finish, but he has the throw, so it is all going with throw at the moment. Remember, the winner of this game takes on the winner of that game. A lovely 100 by Vito, but a treble found by Thorhalla. Honours even. He's switching. I mean, he's consistently switching, but it seems to be working out for him. He's hitting quite a lot of treble 19s. Peter Roderick Goodmanson, the man who won that last leg in the board behind us. It is still with throw. Peter requires 1 to reach the final. Ali requires 2. But remember, Ali has the throw. So a hold, and it's a sudden death leg. That game going a little faster than this one. They've played 5 legs to our 3. And Vita is in the treble. Well, he won't be happy with that last start, considering the success second. Does have a little time. Well, I hope to change that, of course.
57.
Good dart, 116. So treble 20 here.
64.
And he's done that 2 times in a row now. Last start ticketing a single 1. Does look still on a finish. Or Hala hoping to leave something a little better, but
43.
won't really be doing that. 154 is doable, but it's a big ask. 115 a lot easier. Only need 1 treble here, starting downstairs. Would have left him with double 18.
57. 60. 23. 46.
Vita Charua to level it up. 3 or 16.
19.
Well, 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 well. Cannot hit his double 12. So double 8 for Vita.
Game show.
And it is there. 2 legs apiece. Honours even. Well, I believe there's news on the other board, considering the fact that there's no longer any play. Peter was 3-2 up. And Peter wins 4-2. So it is Peter who has reached the final. And he'll be playing the winner of these 2, Vitor and Thor Hala. Peter playing some brilliant stuff against Carl Helge Jonsson. Then got his back right up against the wall when he won 3 consecutive legs. But it was Peter who came out the victor. Talking of victors, or Vitor, should I say. 2 lovely trebles. Their third not far away. That's put him in the driving seat for this leg.
95.
Here we go. For 3-2. Part of me thinks that's in the 7. My eyesight isn't once what it was. My screen's not too big. Well, I'm just going to let him throw and see what he needs. I guarantee that was a chair in the background and not someone breaking wind. And hey, a bit of deja vu. Hallie was sitting in that exact chair yesterday, in that exact position yesterday, on his phone watching the darts. Anyway, what I do know is that Vitor does need 40 points, so he'll be going for double top here. We'll leave him 3, 2, and 1 away from the luxury of playing his good pal Peter Gudmundsson in a final that I cannot possibly call. Double 10. Not heaps of pressure, but Thorhalla is capable. Let me just put it that way. Oh, and he's done it. He doesn't feel pressure, does Vitor, and he gets double 10. Last dart in hand. And this may well be the last leg we see. It's Vitor who'll be throwing first. That was a break of throw. And 5-1 points separates Vitor from the final. Nearly midnight in the Icelandic capital of Reykjavik, and in the rest of Iceland for that matter. Has gone on, as he was saying, the format has been quite long. But maybe scrapping the round robin stage may be an idea. Maybe starting earlier might be an idea, but people have work. It might not be so easy to get to the venue in time to start for an afternoon session. It might be worth popping these on a weekend, I'm not sure, but at the moment, I really don't think Vita Charua or Peter Gudmundsson are going to be worrying about that right now. They're going to be wanting victory.
79.
Or in Vita's case, he's going to be wanting a victory. He's ranked second at the moment. He's won 3 events since September last year, the first of which since September is October.
41.
Just trying to find Haller's statistics.
49.
Which I'm struggling to do. And how about Peter Gudmundsson, who hasn't won an event? He's come second in April, but he hasn't won an event in September. I'm sure he probably won events. I mean, I've even witnessed him win some of our streamed events.
79.
So will be Peter looking for his first ranking title in over a year. Only 59, but it does leave him first to a finish. Vitor will want to leave himself something a little more handy than 154 and will do just that. Stay straight. 85 is okay to leave 90. 125 is even better. It leaves him with, well, technically a 1 dart out, but for goodness sake, nobody messing around with the balls at this moment in time. It leaves him on a decent 2 dart out. Thorhalla will not be doing 154.
60.
Leaves himself with 94 instead, which is all right. But I know that treble 20 from Vitor was crucial because these are match darts. 18 or 10. Oh, come on, Vitor. Come on. Don't show me up like that after I said no. Well, he was going on for double 12 there. He's hit 18 to leave 7. I don't agree with Vitor. That was no score. Well, if you do get another shot, Vito, please don't try the bullseye again. As lovely as it is to finish on the bullseye, I would be impressed. However, will he be regretting his double top? Oh, and that was that was a pulled dart. And that's no score as well. 2 busts back to back. Vita should be counting his lucky stars. Don't do it again. Don't do it again. He's done it again. Maybe he's done it again because of the busting of Norhaller's score. 1 dart in hand, double 18. He has done it. I ended up working out in his favour. Don't ask me how, don't ask me why. But it did. Like on a show, Vita likes to challenge himself. He certainly did. Even though I was begging him not to do it, he did it and it did not work out for him. Lovely darts we're seeing. And this is going to go on into the early hours of the Icelandic morning. Vitor Charua, Peter Gudmundsson will be the 2 battling it out in the final of October's banking event. A nice bit of practice ahead of the PDC banking event, which will be taking place later today. Of course, it's past midnight now in the UK. First event, I think it's at 5 p.m. or is it 4 p.m. in the afternoon, but anyway, so just if you get your YouTube and Facebook notifications. And then an evening event as well. So 6th of October, also on the 7th of October. Final very shortly featuring this man, Peter Gudmundsson, and Vito Charua, who has just beaten Thor Halabiatharsson 4-2. Don't go anywhere. This final is going to be a final from heaven.
Sjáumst. Sammy, echt even lukken. Hij heeft die fri. Die heeft fri. Maar er zat daar een makker in. Er zat daar een makker op de. Ja, morgen. Ja, hier heb je gewoon. Hier heb je winst, hier heb je slecht. Toch niet zo. Ja, morgen. Ja, oké. Ik had zo'n hoofd in de gesproken. Þú ert ennþá að vinna mig. Þú ert ennþá að vinna mig með tónlist síðan, reitt út í þér. Og bæði líka þess, þú ert ekkert ræðis, þú ert ekki læknir ræðis, skilur til þess að Nee, nou juist heel goed. Morgen hebben we informatie over. Mag ik de kast op de hemel? Hvaða mót var hann að vinna? Hann er til öðrum. Var þetta ekki bara preliminary fyrir þetta mót sem nefnir? Fyrir aðaltala? Svo Max hopp í mótinu sem var það hendir eða var dans líka því að þetta var út það? Nei, Max hoppar í því.
Já, hann vann það líka mótið.
Þessu mátti hann ekki út á mótið eftir það sko?
Nei, Max hopp, ég man ekki Max hopp lent á mótið. Lent hann ekki með ekki þetta rætt eða ekki?
Jú, ég held að það var út á hún. Akkur segir það?
En að því ég þekki þig ógeðslega vel.
Já.
Klukkan miðnætti.
Já.
Og þegar þú ert búinn að kasta þér sætist að lækningu. Þú vinnur. Það hleypur út að koma út nefnir. Þá veit ég að þú ert hérna. Eða ekki?
Ég slæm.
Ég er ánægð með þig. Og ég er líka hlaupur með þig. 5, 5 og 7.
Eftir ríkstartið.
Hver er skrifað? Ég. Hann er skrifað? Hann leikur?
Það er ekki að það.
Eða ekki?
Er þið tilbúinir?
Já.
Ég það bara í næga.
Já.
Ég ætla að velja...
Einn leikur búinn.
Ég ætla að velja Tails.
Það verður það til.
Hvað velja Tails?
Já, þú mátt vera til. Þú mátt vera með skott af þessi lappar eftir.
Nákvæmlega. Akkur hlummindi.
Það verður til.
Heads it is. 6 kynir og býður svo.
Ætlum við að keppa núna?
Græja húsið.
Já, húsið.
Peter should fill rooms first.
Well, here we go. The final is very much on. My name's Robbie Dove. It's my pleasure to be bringing you the final of October's IPS ranking event. We started with 22. He did a bit of round robin. 16 qualified from 8 groups, just 2 remain. Vitor Charua throwing first and starting rather well against Peter Gudmundsson. Vitor Charua's nickname, the Grenade. Peter Gudmundsson, the father. Both displayed some excellent darts over the course of the evening. And this really is a classic. It's best of 7, first to 4, as we've seen all throughout today. And this could go in anyone's favour. Well, Vitor beats Frith Bjornsson in the last 16.
41.
Frederick Diego, former winner here in the ranking event. And Thor Halabith Artsson, which we saw in the last game. Peter beats Carl Helgi Jonsson, who we saw on first. He then beat Matthew Fredriksson.
95.
And then Halley, so he has come, Peter. Well, he's done really well. Speaks from some exquisite talent. And he's got this in the final. So just to clarify, that is the final against Vitor.
81.
Quarter against Matty. Semi against Thorhalla. So, however, if he does get across the line, if either of these players get across the line, it'll be a decent achievement. As I say, 22 started, 2 remain, and only 1 will lift the metaphorical trophy. And Peter will be hoping that he's down to a finish first, just as Vita will be hoping the same thing.
42.
Well, he is down to a finish first. It's a big one. It needs 2 big trebles. But Peter has hit 2 big trebles many times across his darting career. Vita really wants a treble there and doesn't hit one. So, I'd say very much in the balance. Peter's finish only marginally easier than Vitor's due to the no balls are required. Could go broadside treble 19 ball if you want it, but it's not really the done route. Well, this can only be done in one way. And it will not be done in said way. But he can try and lead 67.
60.
So, can Peter take this 1-1-5? Well, that's it in 50. 65 left. This does leave that bullseye.
85.
Sorry, am I missing something? I don't know. Did he hit? I think what he's done there, he's not miscounted in my opinion. He has left himself 30 thinking Vitor isn't going to get this. And Vitor isn't going to get this. If he does win, I'll ask him about that.
42.
Well, yeah. There we go. It's 10 for double 10. And double 5, third dart, last dart in hand, goes in his favour. Double 5's never a nice switch. It's also a break of throw. Averaging nearly 10 points more than Vitor at this stage.
60.
Vitor will be back. Lovely darts. 3 trebles from Vitor, which are 3 well-needed trebles. One of them wasn't quite where he wanted, but he'll take that any day of the week. 2 treble 20s.
29.
Unpunished by Mr. Goodmanson. But a ton from Peter Goodmanson. It means he's very much in his leg. And this leg is wide open, but remember, it is Vitor with the darts.
131.
Vitor once again with 2 big trebles. He's had two treble visits here. Distraction in the background. Was it a drop dart? No, it wasn't. Well, that's 2 trebles, but unfortunately they're either side of the one he wants.
38.
And from some brilliant visits, it could well be Peter down to a finish first. Despite Vitor's two treble visits. It probably will be Peter down to a finish first. Would you look at that? Not only is he down to a finish, he's down to a pretty reputable one as well. Vitor needs a big score. 100's all right. 140 is lush. 180 is too much. 85 will do. It will do indeed. Well, no. Come on, he says.
47.
Where's he going? I think that's in the 7. No, it's in the 19. 74. That leaves 63. Treble 13. That's probably where he went for. So then Peter Goodmanson may well see a shot at the outer ball here. He's gone for the 19's route instead. 40. And he's cleaned up his 40. once again last start in hand, and it's Peter Roderick Gudmundsson who is stamping his foot on this game and staking his claim and telling Vita